But when you think about all of the complexities of different brands, different products, different services, different customer types, it all gets a little bit trickier. And if you add into that then, that even some of those customers have slightly different agreements as well. So for example, some customers can get their tyres changed at 2.2 millimetres, and some might be 2 millimetres. You have to know every single bit about those contracts and those customers. So nothing was written down, and we expected our people to remember everything. Working for us was just like a memory test, really. But the challenge for us was that when people left, the knowledge that they had only in their head left with them as well. So again, we needed to get this knowledge written down so that we wouldn't have that problem any further.
So something really special happened, and we were left a Trustpilot review by one of our customers, Steve. ALD makes things simple when life gets complicated. So we had a focus, and we just needed our program aims. So the first one was to put customers in control. As Paul's already spoken about, there wasn't much a customer could do for themselves. So we wanted to give them some opportunity to access information at the point that they need it, when they want it. We wanted to make things simple, and that's not just for our advisors, our customers, but we wanted to make sure that this program was simple too. And finally, we wanted to provide expert support. Also, we wanted to become more agile as an organization, and I'm sure some of you have felt this through COVID. Our ability to move staff around was a little bit tricky. We probably could have made it a lot easier through leveraging knowledge management. We wanted to induct our employees quicker and faster, therefore reducing their time to competency. What was really important to us as well was that single source of knowledge. We wanted to be able to update and maintain knowledge once. And I guess the final one for us that got us the win was that we could reduce errors and therefore operational losses as a business.
You do not need a supplier, you need a partner. That's what's really important here. And eGain were the ones that actually just spent the time with us personally and connected with us. They spent the time, they came to our office in Bristol, they spent time with our people, they spent time listening to conversations, seeing what happened, they just got to know us. And that was the winning part for us. Of course, it was great, they had all the tech and the stuff that we needed as well, but the bit that really sunk it for us was the fact that they just really wanted to partner with us. It felt like a joint problem, and it felt like they wanted to be on this journey with us. Once we decided on eGain, then we started to talk about, well, what are the things we want to achieve, and how do we make this sound really simple, and how do we sort of anchor to some key points within this? And once we got the knowledge documented, what we wanted to do was put it into customers' hands. So at the point when the customer needs it, so on the go at any point, so be that through web, be that through app, we needed customers to be able to do it on their terms, on their time. For our advisors, we wanted it to be at the point that they needed it. As I described earlier, because the business is quite complex, being able to get the right knowledge was a bit that we couldn't quite get our hands around of, well, how are you going to make sure if it's a Ford on this contract and this term, and how are you going to present the right knowledge back? And that was one that eGain really helped us with through tagging of the knowledge. Of course, you need to make sure you're asking the right things. It needs to know that.
So we kept things simple, and we purchased knowledge sessions, which allows our customers to access knowledge through our external help hub. And we purchased knowledge and AI, which is the licensing functionality that we give to our advisors to be able to access knowledge. And we also had access to the analytics. So we went after that knowledge in the form of knowledge articles, process guides, and guided help, which is eGain's functionality in a step-by-step process for your advisors. We launched this in the form of a model office. So we had around about 10 advisors or so, and we put them in a safe space to test and learn with the knowledge management base. So if you access our website for information, you will visit our help hub, and this is an example of our eGain-driven help hub. Through the program, we also launched an app for customers as well.
About 20% of the demand that comes into our business is now contained within Help Hub. So Help Hub that Kerry showed you a moment ago, that's 1 in 5 contacts that's actually being answered by the content that's already in there. We saw our first contact resolution, so where customers didn't need to contact us again, move from late 60%, early 70% to 80%. The one that we're most proud of is our Trustpilot rating. So prior to doing knowledge management, we were at 1.7. And today we stand at 4.6 and are excellent, which is industry leading. Our first bit of advice is collaborate with people that are really passionate about the topic as well. So find people in your business that want to solve the problem.
So what was really, really important to us was to maintain a rhythm and routine as a program team.
And then finally from us is what's next. So As I said earlier, we acquired LeasePlan back in May, earlier this year, and LeasePlan themselves are on a knowledge management journey, and LeasePlan also had partnered with eGain, and that was a true coincidence, but a really welcomed one. Of course, AI, we're already starting our journey into that, talking to eGain on that, and it's just really trying to understand it, to be honest. So, yeah, it's going to be an exciting time ahead, I think.